Yay! Hello, my friends. We are live. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here and thank you for watching the replay. Let me know where you're watching from. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. I wanted to put my daughter down for her nap and she was afraid of the washing machine. So I had to calm her down a little bit. Thank you for coming here. As you guys are coming on, let me know where you're watching from. Tell me who you are. I want to hear all the things about you. How's it going? Got a really fun announcement today. As I said, I'm sorry I'm a little late. I was putting my daughter down. She was afraid of the washing machine, so that there was a little drama there for a minute, but we got that all straightened out. There's a lot of you on already. This is exciting. I'm glad to see you guys. You know, I always love to spend time on Kim. Hey, from Texas, if I recall correctly, Bastrop, Texas. Hey, Kim was one of our challengers recently, right? Just did the 21-day challenge. A bunch of people just finished the 21-day challenge. Let me know where you guys are watching from. So glad to see you and spend time with you. Don't tell Facebook this, but I love being with YouTube more. Not the people, the social media network. Sarah watching from Atlanta. Rochelle from Louisville, Kentucky. So glad to see you guys. Thanks for joining in. Let me know where you're watching from if you're coming in. Sorry I was a little bit late. As I was saying, my daughter was afraid of the washing machine. But I have a fun announcement for you today. Yes, Kim. Good memory. Well, I love you guys, so I remember what I can about you. So I have a fun announcement today. Jamie's doll from northern Minnesota. Tracy from Texas. Nice. We got a couple Texans in here. My husband's from Texas, so we have a soft spot in our heart for Texas. So I have a really fun announcement for you today. I'm going to tell you what that is in just a second, but also this is a Q&A call. So if you have any questions, anything related to Eat to Live or nutrition or, tiny little questions about what vinegar to use or big questions like how to stay on track, let me know if you have any questions. Lori, former client Lori, so happy to see you, my dear. Just in time, you made it. Yep, just came on. So a fun announcement, but remember this is a, oh, wow. I'm going to say maybe that's Peter. I don't know how to pronounce it in Swedish, but you're from Sweden in the EU. Represent. Nice. I used to live in Italy and France for a time. I never made it to Sweden, though. Always would love to. Teresa. Aha, Teresa. She was on my Facebook Live for the last hour. And then I went and took a pee break and got my daughter tried to calm her down and get her to bed. And Teresa followed me over here. That's dedication, guys. Teresa is one of my old school followers, and I love you to death, Teresa. Thanks for coming over here too. Let me know where you guys are watching from. Carol, hello. Marcia, hello, Marcia. So glad to see you guys. So it's 2:00 here in the Pacific time zone, so that means the Eastern time zone's almost is 5 something. Teresa, stalker status. Love you too. Yeah, that's awesome. I love it. I love stalkers. Follow me everywhere. And like you said, Teresa, one time, we got to stick together, right? Like we just have to stick together and we'll all get there. And that's basically what we're going to be talking about here today. Stephanie from Lisbon. Awesome. Always wanted to go there too. Stephanie, I didn't realize you were in Lisbon. That's so cool. Stephanie, are you the one that was just on the Facebook Live too? This is amazing. I got 2 stalkers, I think. This is so good. Tells me I'm doing something right. You guys might just, yeah, Stephanie was on the Facebook Live. You guys might just get lucky enough and see me cry on this one too. I cried on the Facebook Live a minute ago. Marty, hello. Lauren, are you calling me beautiful? That's so sweet of you. Missed the first part. Okay, you can go back and watch the crying part if you want. I was just getting emotional about some changes that I'd helped people make in their lives, and that always makes me happy. So anyways, let's get into it. So today I have a fun surprise announcement. It's not really a surprise because I kind of alluded to it in one of my recent videos, but it is a new monthly coaching membership that I am launching in January, February, where you will be able to join for a very affordable price to get monthly coaching from me. We're going to see me live coaching. I think Coach Karen and Coach Nancy are going to be in there too. So it's going to be well, at least 2 amazing women, and then I'll be there too. Um, so we're gonna be coaching all about the Eat to Live lifestyle and mainly the mindset part of it, like, because, we do these 21-day challenges every quarter, and people are always asking me, "How do I keep doing this when I'm done? Like, when the 21-day challenge is over, how do I keep going? You thought of everything for us for 21 days, and now how do I keep going?" And my answer is always mindset. It's always your thoughts that either make or break your journey after or the continuation of your journey. It's always that. And people don't really understand what I mean by that. So I wanted to kind of talk about that a little bit here. Um, so Kim says, "Hope the family is good and Kitty too." Yes. So I just put my daughter down for a nap. The twins are doing really good. They're sleeping really well. And the kitties are, brats, but they're good, I guess. No, they're doing well too. Kathy says, "Hi. Hi, Kathy. You are new to me. I'm new to the plant based world and I like how you deliver the message. I'm from Massachusetts." I'm so glad to hear that. So glad to hear that. Welcome. You're going to get more than you bargained for with us, probably. But I'm so glad to see you here and welcome to the plant based world. It's going to change your life. And I hope to change your life even more than that. And Jamie's doll says, "That's what I need, mindset, habits, and changes." Yep. Kim Connery. Woohoo, whoop, whoop, monthly help. That's right. That's what we're doing. That's what it's going to be. So it's going to be called the Eat to Live Family. And I am calling it that, I think, for obvious reasons, because I want us to be in a community setting together where we feel like a family. We feel connected. We feel like we can rely on each other and we can learn from each other and grow with each other. Hopefully, we don't have dysfunction. But I mean, I'm sure actually we all will because we all have dysfunction in our lives. But what we're looking to do is to improve and just get better and better at what we're trying to do. And the first thing we're going to try to do is weight loss and healthy eating. That's the main goal of the Eat to Live family. Of course, we're eating to live. But as I was talking about before, the mindset stuff that I talk about and that I coach about is um, it's all concepts that can be applied to everything in our life. So like the food and the mindset for sure, the weight loss for sure, the healthy, health for sure, but also like your relationships with your husband, with your wife, with your boyfriend, with your girlfriend, with your kids, with your dog, with your money, right? Like it's going to change all that too. Because when you can get a hold of your mind around one subject, like weight loss or whatever, you can apply it to everything. And that is why it's so exciting. And I can't wait to bring this to you guys. Hello, Gaming with Rise. I think that's your name. Nice to meet you. Hello, glad to see you here. Let me know where you guys are watching from as you're coming in. Um, and thank you for watching the replay, if you're watching the replay. So, Eat to Live Academy. It's going to be opening. So, here's how we're going to do it. As I said, it's going to be a monthly coaching membership, very affordable. I don't know the price point yet, but it's going to be very affordable. We're going to do a 21-day challenge starting beginning of January. I don't know. Is it January 4th? I think it's going to be it's going to start on the 4th. So we're going to start a challenge on the 4th of January. We're going to do that for 3 weeks. 1, 2, 3, 21 days. And then that's going to be done on a Sunday, like always. And then Monday is when we're opening up registration for the Eat to Live family. So keep an eye on that. That's 1, 2, 3, January 25th is when we're going to be opening registration. That will only be open for a little while, and we're going to close down registration just like always. And then February 1st, that's when the family activities are going to begin. What is the family going to be? It's going to be a monthly coaching membership, as I said. So coaching us on all these concepts. It's going to be like this. It's going to be Zoom calls where we're going to, but I want to have it to where you could come on camera with me. So it would be like me and you, and I would be coaching you. And then I'll finish with you. And then we'll ask someone else to come on and I'll coach them. It's going to be kind of just like rapid fire coaching. So there's going to be at least one. Oh, awesome. Rises from Alaska. That's so cool. And cold, I'm sure. But there's going to be at least one call per month like that of coaching. Andre, awesome. Hello from New York. So good to see you. I recognize your name. So there's going to be at least one call per month like that, maybe 2 calls. There's going to be also a couple other things. I'm not exactly sure yet, so I don't want to say what they are because I don't want to make any promises. But other amazing things there's going to be. Also, if you are in the family, if you are part of the membership, the family, you're going to get your 21-day challenges for free every quarter. So those are going to be included. Um, so that'll save you $49 every quarter right there. And you're also going to get, I am currently right now, and I have been doing this for about a month now, doing a vlog about my own weight loss, my own personal weight loss after this pregnancy. And I don't know how long this vlog is going to last. Like I said, I don't know how long it's going to take me to lose the weight. And I'm going to continue to vlog a little bit after that too, just to talk about like continuation mindset and stuff like that. But as I'm losing the weight, I'm doing a whole vlog about this and how I'm going from, eating unhealthily at the end of the pregnancy and the beginning of postpartum to now eating healthfully again. Some vlogging about how that happened, how I'm losing the weight, all my mindset. So that's all going to be included. The whole vlog series is going to be in the family as well. So let me just say real quick while I'm at it, here's a link for you to sign up for information. Now, this is info.thewateringmouth.com/family waitlist. If you go there, it's just a very simple sign up box. You just put your email in there. All it's going to do is just like make a little checkbox in your record to say that you're interested. That's all it's doing. You're not going to get anything if you sign up. It's just, you're just signing up. You'll get our weekly newsletter or whatever. Hello, my dear. I can never remember if your name is Allison or Alice, something like that. But I'm so glad to see you. I'm so glad you made it to one of my lives. Hello, hello, hello. I know it starts with an A, right? So sign up at that link. I just wanted to kind of like come on and say that we're going to be opening up the family pretty soon. April. I knew it started with an A. Okay. I'm just going to try and remember the season. The month, April. Right. Okay. So, if you sign up there, like all I wanted to do was just like talk about how this is going to be happening. I wanted to see if there's any feedback of what you guys might be interested in seeing in something like this. We're also going to be sending out a survey. I think it's next week to ask thoughts about what you might want to see in something like this. So that we can make sure we deliver everything we're looking for. Stephanie says, that is really interesting, the vlog. I still have baby weight for my third pregnancy. I totally get it. No shame, woman. I totally get it. So I'm going to show you exactly how I'm going to do it. And when I had my first child, I had gained 50 pounds, like really, really a lot of weight for what I was supposed to, right? You're only supposed to gain like 25, 35 pounds or something like that. But I gained 50 pounds. So I'm 5'2", and I went up to, I think in the pregnancy, I went up to like 175 or something. And then I went down to 115 after that. And so I didn't do a vlog at that time, but I did lose all the weight. And you can kind of see my videos back in the time. That would have been the end of 2018 that I had lost all the weight. And this time I'm going to do it again. I'm also dealing with some other issues that I'm talking about in the vlog. So I'm going to share how I'm getting over those things as well. Probably stuff that you can relate to. And it's just all the mindset stuff, how I'm shifting my mindset again, how I'm getting back into, salads every day and enjoying the food and removing the salt again and removing the oil and losing the weight and all that. So I'm going to be vlogging. So all that's included. You'll be able to watch all of that. And then, as I said, you're going to get the 21-day challenges too for free. So that'll be awesome. And of course, you'll get the monthly coaching calls. So there's going to be at least 1 or 2 monthly calls. So what is it basically? It's like, this is the way I have my business set up. It's 21-day challenges, which teach you how to do the food. And it's mindset stuff, which teaches you how to lose your emotional attachment to food, right? So, like, how do you get over the cravings? Like, because even if you know what to eat and you know how much of it to eat, still maybe you have cravings to overeat certain things, right? And it's like, I know what I'm supposed to do, I just don't know how to do it, right? That's what I'm going to teach you in the Eat to Live family, and that is what I have been teaching in the Eat to Live Academy. If you've heard about that before, that was my amazing 8-week digital course that you could go through to learn all of these mindset concepts. But there are some people in there right now that are getting some amazing results. They love it. It's mind blowing, life changing. And I just had a woman on the last call. I was just on Facebook just an hour ago, Kofia, who is part of the academy, and she's doing some of our coaching as well. And she's just talking about how it's changed her life. And that's actually why I started crying on the last video, because she was talking about how it's changed her life and her relationship with her kids and her just her life in general with food. Everything's changed for her. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what I want to give you. And specifically, I want to give you lack of emotional attachment to food. That's where I want to get you. That's like mecca for me to get you to. That place of you actually do not care about what you eat. Like if someone over there is eating nachos, like you don't even blink. You don't even care, right? If someone invites you to a holiday party, there's not a minute of concern, like not even a second of concern about just going to the party and enjoying yourself. That's where I'm getting you. That's where I'm taking you and the family. And that's what the Eat to Live Academy has done and started people to get there. But what I always wanted to do was to offer live coaching as well to complement the academy, so that you would learn. Because in the academy you learn the mindset concepts, but you don't apply them as much as I want you to. What I wanted to be able to do was offer this live coaching in addition to the academy. But I was pregnant and I didn't have the bandwidth to be able to offer live stuff as well. And so that was more like this is kind of like the learning program where you can learn all of the concepts, and then we would coach you in the private Facebook group. But with the family, so that was the academy. With the family, it's going to be mainly live coaching and like kind of one-on-one stuff, but everyone's going to be able to watch and learn from you, and you'll be able to learn from that person and that person's struggles or whatever. And we're just going to go Jamie's doll says, is that really humanly possible? Yes, it is. And that's what I want to teach you. That is my entire mission. And here's why, Jamie's doll, this is my mission, because that was who I was, addicted to food, super, super cravings all the time. I knew what I should eat, but I never knew how to actually make that happen. I was always just like craving and having, emotional release, eating food, comfort foods, things like that. And then even when I started to eat really healthy, I still would binge. I would still have overeating episodes. Even if it was healthy food, I was still overeating. And I found that the mindset stuff that I talk about, which is thought work, and I can explain a little bit of that on this call too, that's what takes you from kind of there, you know what to eat, you're doing okay, to bam, done. Like no more drama about food, no more emotional eating. Like it's not even part of your life anymore. That's the journey you're going to take in the Eat to Live family with me. So I've got actually 5 levels in there. The first level is a complete beginner. You don't know anything about the Eat to Live lifestyle, and the family is for you. I've got another level towards the middle of what Dr. Furman would call the yellow belt of being a nutritarian, which is you've been doing it for a while, you really like it, you want to do it, but you just can't stick to it. And then we've got the top level, the 5th level, which is what I'm talking about, no more emotional attachment to food. You just eat what you're supposed to eat. You're at your healthy weight. Food is not an issue for you anymore. And you have the ability now to do whatever you want with your life that you would have been doing with food before. And now you can become that person. That's where I'm taking you. Okay. So it doesn't matter where you're starting. There's a level for everybody in this monthly membership that I'm talking about. Um, it's going to be perfect for all of you, no matter where you are. And it's going to create what I'm talking about, this family, this community, this a bunch of people who are in the same place, in the same boat, and just want to get to the same place. Um, Greetings from Germany, Radagast. Sorry, I know I'm saying that wrong, but that's how a silly American would say it when they don't know how to speak German. Jamie's doll says, I started following you in your pregnancy, so I'm glad you're back. It's so where I'm at. Comfort food. I know what to eat. It's implementing it all. Exactly. Yep. Hands up for sure. And Lauren says, I was studying plant foods for a long time. They can be very toxic. I'm at stage 5 kidney failure. Oh no, can you give us some more details about that? Because I don't know what you mean by that. Um, and Kathy says, that's how I want to live, emotionally detached from food. This sounds wonderful. Yeah, that's where we're going. So let me just say real quick, if you got to go or something, I put a link up there. I'm going to put another link here. Sign up at that link. Just go to that link and put your email in real quick. What that's going to do is it'll put you on our email newsletter list, which you can get out of that if you want to. But what it's going to do is just tag your email so that we know you're interested. You're not going to get anything different out of it. It's just telling us that you're interested. So then when we have more information to give you, you'll be on the list for that. And April says, me too, Kathy. So yeah, that's where we all want to go, right? Like we just want to be able to have food be a non-issue so that we can get on with our life and just do life and not always be thinking about food or not making everything about food in our lives. Like food doesn't love us back, right? It doesn't care about us at all, but we really care about it. Let's put that down. So this is the Q&A. Remember, ask me some questions. Let me know what your questions are. And I'll tell you a little bit more about the Academy in a sec. I have now been talking for 2.5 hours straight. At 11:30, I did an interview for a summit for a plant-based moms summit. It was really fun. And then I did this video on Facebook, and now I'm doing this video with you guys. And I always love to be with you because YouTube is my spot, right? I love YouTube. Marilyn says, trying to make healthy choices, but can't get rid of my chocolate addiction. Marilyn, for sure. Eat to Live family is for you too. You can replace chocolate with anything. So it could be peanuts, right? Peanut butter. It could be chocolate. It could be alcohol. It could be any host of things that we're kind of addicted to. We have cravings. Well, what happens is, so what we're talking about in the family, the Eat to Live family, this monthly coaching membership I'm opening, that's going to be taking care of that for you. That's going to be fixing that. And you'll fully understand how, and you'll be able to put it into practice, and I will be with you every step of the way doing that. And Coach Nancy and Coach Karen as well. We're all going to be in there helping you guys out. So when we have an addiction like this, right, we have a lot of cravings, or we overeat a lot, or we binge maybe, which is where I'm coming from. That was my history, with binging and just overeating all the time. And I could even be 100% nutritarian and still overeating, right? Which is not nutritarian, by the way. Like if you're overeating still, Dr. Furman would say you're not a nutritarian, right? This is kind of like the way he puts it. I would just say like you're eating nutritarian foods, but you're just not, you don't adhere to all of the concepts, right? And one of those major concepts is to not overeat. So Stephanie says, what's the base of the mindset? Is it NLP? No, it's not NLP, but I mean, I'm sure there's some similarity to it, but it's changing beliefs basically. So I'll tell you the base of it in a second. And I'm going to actually use it. I'm going to use Marilyn's example here and explain what it is, Stephanie. So NLP being neuro linguistic programming, which is a way of programming your brain to do what you want it to do. It's not like that. It's kind of like CBT, which is cognitive behavioral therapy. But let me explain a little bit more. So, what are you asking about, April, the autumn one? Do you mean the challenge? Are you asking if the challenge is included? Is it the autumn one? No, it's every challenge that going forward you will get to have for free if you join the family. So every quarter we do these, quarterly 21-day challenges, and if you're in the family, you're going to get them automatically. So that's another bonus of joining the family. Okay, so Kim says trying to learn the model. So the model is what we're talking about here. And Kim is one of our Academy members. And so she has already started learning some of these techniques. So this is what it's based on, Stephanie. And I'm going to explain this in relation to Marilyn's question. So she says, trying to make healthy choices, but can't get rid of my chocolate addiction. Okay. So the general idea here, and I've said this before in other videos, so sorry if this is repetition, but it's good to have repetition anyways. General idea is that our thoughts are creating everything in our life. So our thoughts, okay, good, April, that I got that for you. So our thoughts, what happens is our thoughts create our feelings. If you don't know that, now you know. Start to look for evidence of that in your life because it's true and you'll notice it the more you look at it. But our thoughts create our feelings. So when we feel something, it's because we're thinking something. Let me give you an example. A long time ago, when I started doing the 21-day challenges in the beginning of, I think it was 2019, I started doing the challenges. I released a challenge. I did it all myself, every single bit of the work, from the conception, testing recipes, putting it together, creating all the meal plans and everything, typing everything, and then doing all the marketing, launching it, doing all the customer service. I did everything. And so that was a lot of work. And there was a point where there was a bunch of errors, like typos and errors in some of the recipes and things like that. And I started to have a lot of shame about that. Tons and tons of shame over, and I would just stay up nights being so embarrassed about the mistakes that I made on that challenge. And I've since gotten better at that, but let me show you what happened there. So I had all this shame around having made those mistakes. The shame came from thinking that I should have gotten it right, that I should have gotten it perfectly, right? So the thought was, there was lots of thoughts around it that created shame, but one of the thoughts was, I should have done this all perfectly. I shouldn't have had these mistakes. I should have had someone check this before I put it out. This was poor work. Blah blah blah, right? Those were the thoughts that were creating my shame. Then what happens is your feelings create your actions. So your thoughts create your feelings, and then your feelings create your actions. So what were my actions? I hid. I disappeared for like a week while they were doing the challenge. I just was like hiding in my house, I wasn't going online. I wasn't responding to questions. I was in so much shame. That shame created those actions. I was acting out of shame. And so I hid. And then the results that I got were people were like, "Where's Cheri? Where did she go? Why isn't she around? Why isn't she in the Facebook group or whatever?" And my result was that people thought I was, lazy or I don't know, knocking off or just not supporting my product or something like that. So that's how it works. Thoughts create feelings, feelings create actions, actions create results. So the thoughts were, I should have gotten this right. And the result was I was getting it wrong a lot more and more and more, right? I was continuing to prove that cycle. So let's say I had thought to myself instead, it's totally okay to make mistakes. This is my first one ever. I did all the work. This is insane. Like, there's no way I could have gotten it all right. If those were my thoughts, my feelings would have been calm, peace. Like, it is what it is. It's all good. Hey, I made a challenge. That was cool. Actions would have been supporting my people, being in the Facebook group, helping them out, like answering questions, answering customer service concerns, blah, blah, blah. My results would have been like everyone would have had a good time. I would have been having a good time. They would have been having a good time. The people who thought I shouldn't have made mistakes would have had to just get over it. Like, it would have been fine. Now look at those two different models, what we call, okay? One model is I shouldn't have made all these mistakes. I'm a terrible person, right? Creates shame, creates all this negative stuff. If I had thoughts that were like, it's all good, which are the thoughts I came to later. But if my thoughts were like, it's fine, it's totally fine, like, no big deal. Like, I'm going to get it, I'll do better next time. I'm going to put processes into place next time that will make it better. And I can totally do this. It's going to be fine. If those were my thoughts, I would have had a completely different result. Now, let's relate this to weight loss. So we say that our thoughts create our results, right? Because our thoughts create our feelings, create our actions, create our results. So if our thoughts are creating our results, what is your result with weight loss right now? How much do you weigh, right? Do you weigh 150 like I do? Do you weigh 180? Do you weigh 300 pounds? Do you weigh 500 pounds? That's a result. If your result was created from your thoughts, what are the thoughts that are creating that result, right? So if you're at your goal weight, what thoughts are creating that weight? If you're not at your goal weight, what thoughts are creating that weight? So that's kind of that's kind of the basis of this, is that our thoughts are creating our results. They're creating all of our results: how much we weigh, what kind of car we have, what kind of job we have, what kind of house we live in, where we live. All of our thoughts created all that. And it's kind of a maybe a sticky concept at first. You don't quite understand, a slippery concept at first. You don't quite understand it. But this is what I teach in my coaching. This is what my coaches teach in their coaching. We are certified from the Life Coach School. So it's we use this thing called the model, which allows us to see where we are now and why we have what we have, and where we can go and how to get it. So if our thoughts are creating our current weight, let's say our current weight is 200 pounds. So if our thoughts are creating 200 pounds, how do we create 150 pounds? Well, we have to change our thoughts, right? So then in the family, what we talk about is how we change our thoughts. How do we change them? So let me give you an example, weight loss related. Let's say I weigh 200. Oh, let's say I weigh 150, which I do. Why do I weigh 150? Because I am in a pattern. So because I was pregnant, so there was a circumstance which was out of my control, but it wasn't the pregnancy that caused 150. Part of it was, But a lot of it was the way I thought about the pregnancy. I feel really tired. I can't possibly make this food right now. I don't want to order out because it costs too much, whatever. I don't want to order a salad because I can't sit up. These thoughts are creating actions and results of feelings, actions and results, right? But now, so then after the pregnancy, I had gestational diabetes during my pregnancy, so I had to stay away from sugar 100%. And so I kept thinking to myself, I really want sugar, but I can't have it, right? So when I had the babies afterwards, I had so much sugar in the beginning, so I was just craving it and I gave into my cravings. So that created some more weight gain after I even had the babies, right? Now I'm down a few pounds and it's kind of fluctuating, and you'll see that in my weight loss vlog. I'm kind of going back and forth and getting stronger and stronger and getting to this place where I'm going to be going into the weight loss again. But my thoughts are creating everything that I have right now. So the fact that I don't weigh 140 and I weigh 150 is because of my thoughts. So some thoughts I was having a couple months ago were I need to make breast milk production my priority. I have to eat a lot of food. I got to eat a lot of calories because I'm making milk for twins. This, whatever. Those were my thoughts that were creating the amount of food and the types of foods that I was eating. Right after the babies, the thoughts were, oh my gosh, I miss sugar. I'm so glad I get to eat this now. I want to have this again. Right. Those were the thoughts that were creating the weight gain right after the pregnancy. Then I was in the milk production stage. And now I'm in a place of like, milk production is fine. I'm all good. Time to have salads again. Time to buckle down. Let's do this. Right. Those are my thoughts now. And that is what's going to lead to my goal weight pretty soon. So that is the basis of it. That's the long answer of what we'll be teaching the family. Um, and Stephanie says, so interesting. No, I do understand. I just have never thought about it for weight. Exactly, exactly. And that's why this is so beautiful, because what I'm going to be teaching you, Tanya, hello, my dear. Love you back, sweetie. So good to see you. And Mililani, what a beautiful name. You're watching from Maui. Love it. So what we're talking about here is the Eat to Live family, which is a monthly coaching membership that I'm going to be launching in January, February. This is exactly what I'm going to be teaching in it. Now, I taught you the tip of the iceberg. I taught you how it works. I taught you what we're going to be doing, but I haven't taught you how to actually go about changing your thoughts yet. So that's what we're going to be talking about in the family. And that's the basis of all this. And so this is going to be a monthly, very, very affordable monthly coaching membership that is going to be all about the Eat to Live lifestyle and mindset. You don't necessarily have to follow Eat to Live the way that I do, but it's going to be about healthy eating, plant-based, whole foods, high nutrient stuff, but mainly mindset. So it's going to be coaching every month. Now, if you're interested in finding out more about it, I just put a link in the chat there. It's info.thewateringmouth.com/family waitlist. Just go sign up there. You're not registered or anything. It's just signing up for info. So you'll get the wait list. So I'll tell you when we have more information. So sign up for that. So that's the basis of it. And I'm going to come back to Marilyn's question in a second. And you also asked, do you think drinking coffee is bad for you? I'll come to that in a second too. So let me talk about this thought thing in relation to your chocolate addiction, Marilyn. So you have a thought there in your mind. One of your thoughts is, I can't get rid of my chocolate addiction. So you have a thought, I can't get rid of my chocolate addiction. How do you feel when you think that thought? And I would actually like you to answer if you could. I'm going to give you an example of what I think you feel, but tell me a feeling. Like, do you feel sad or happy or frustrated or what? When you think the thought, I can't get rid of my chocolate addiction, how does that make you feel? Now, I know that I had thoughts like this in the past. I can't stop binge eating, right? I can't stop overeating. I can't stop these cravings. Galen, hey Galen, I think you were in my original weight loss and consistency workshop. Yes. Yes, men will benefit from the academy. But the academy is not available anymore. But what I'm talking about, the family, which is going to be like uh the academy on steroids, kind of. Everyone will benefit from this. Um, So, what do you feel, Marilyn, when you think I can't get rid of my chocolate addiction? So, since I haven't heard back from you, I'm going to say if I had that thought, and I had very similar thoughts to this in the past, I would feel out of control. I would feel frustrated. I would feel disempowered. I would feel mad at myself. Weak, weak. Perfect. So she says, I feel like a weak person for letting the cravings control me. Okay, so you feel weak. Now, your thought is, I can't get rid of my chocolate addiction. Your feeling is weak. When you feel weak, what kind of actions do you take around food? Right? Now, I'm sure that all of you can kind of see this. Like when you feel weak, you feel like, what's the point? Like, ugh, I'll just eat the chocolate. And then you eat way too much chocolate and you just keep eating chocolate, right? And then your result is that you're a chocolate addict, right? So you, in fact, proved the result with just having a thought. Now, can you see that the thought is what created the addiction? Nothing about you. It was just the thought that you were a chocolate addict that created a feeling of weakness, that created your actions of overeating chocolate, that created chocolate addiction. It was the thought that created that. Nothing about your chemistry or anything like that. It was just you thinking that you're a chocolate addict that created chocolate addiction, and it creates more and more. It just keeps perpetuating that cycle because the more you think you're an addict, the more you're going to do addict things. Okay. Now, there's a question here that says, easy to say, easy to know the concepts, another to know how do I do it? Yep. This is exactly what we're going to be doing, Jamie's doll, in the family. This is how we're going to be. I'm going to be teaching you. Yep. Feel defeated and depleted, depressed, deflated, all those things. This is what I'm going to be teaching you in the family is how to change those thoughts, how to think a new truth about yourself. When those feelings come up, when those thoughts come up, to be able to call up new thoughts and to be able to understand, like, I don't have to think that about myself. I'm going to think this instead, right? And then little by little, we're chipping away at this rhetoric. We're chipping away at this story that we have in our head about ourselves that we either, we're weak around this food, or, we'll never be able to give up alcohol, or we are just a carbaholic, or we just feel better when we eat carbs, versus salad or whatever. Like those stories that we have in our head that keep us getting the same exact results we've always had, we're going to learn how to shift those. We're going to learn how to change those. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. Now, the folks who are already in the Eat to Live Academy, they are already learning these concepts and they're going through 8 weeks right now. We've had a bunch of people already go through the academy, so they already know the concepts and their lives have been changed. It's been beautiful to watch. But those who have already gone through the academy and the ones who are learning this, they're learning how right now. And we're going to go through all this stuff when you join the family too. So all of it's going to be available to you when you join. But we're going to be going through all of it. And then, as I said, there's different levels for where you are. So, you might be a beginner, you might be kind of intermediate, and you might be really advanced. But I'm going to get you to the place where you don't have any food issues anymore. That's the promise of the Eat to Live family when you join monthly coaching membership. If you're interested in this, sign up at the link that I'm putting in the chat section there, info.thewateringmouth.com/family waitlist. I'll give you more information as soon as we have it. I don't have much yet, but I just know kind of the gist of what it's going to be like. It's going to be a monthly thing, very affordable. Now, if you were in the academy before, you're going to get a huge discount on the monthly investment, monthly price for this membership. If you were one of our private coaching clients, you're going to get a huge discount as well. But for those of you coming in, it's still going to be super freaking affordable to be able to get this information and change your life every month. And I promise you, every call you go on is going to blow your mind. Like, I promise you, that is a guarantee I know I can make because I've seen it happen on private coaching call after private coaching call, after academy coaching call, after all these things, just minds blown all the time. And the reason I know this is not only because I've seen it happen with clients, but because it happened for me, because it completely changed my life. And the beautiful part is that it doesn't just change your life around weight loss and food. It changes your life about everything, how you view your relationships with your children, with your spouse, with your boyfriend, with your family members, your mom, your parents, your aunts, your uncles, your cousins, whatever, how you view your work life, the relationships you have with your coworkers, all of that, your relationship with money. It's going to change all of these things, just the way you see these things, because you'll be able to discipline your own mind. And this word discipline, I love to kind of talk about now because I never understood what discipline was before. And I even have videos in the past questioning, like, what the heck is discipline and how do you get it? Because I always thought that discipline was something you were either born with or not, because I never had it. So I was like, it must just be something that that person has and I'll never have it, right? I always wanted it, but I just was always like, that's not me. I'm never going to have that, right? But what this thought work is that I'm going to teach you in the Eat to Live family is learning discipline. You're going to be able to learn how to discipline your mind to be able to create results that you want. It sounds kind of woo woo before you start doing it, but I'm doing it right now with my business. I'm doing it right now talking to you on the camera. The things that I have done with my business this year, even compared to the year before, like I have greatly increased my business this year, and I didn't even work for 6 of the months because I was pregnant. I was on maternity leave, you know? These are the kinds of results you can create. And so what I'm talking about with food is you can become that person who has no more drama about food. Like it's like you have this suitcase, right? And it's all your food issues, and you just like set that suitcase down and move on. And then you get to just be the person that you want to be because you don't have drama about food anymore. That's where you're going. And if you join the family, that's what I'm going to be teaching. I know it works because I used it on myself first to see if it would work, and it did. And I know it can work for you too. So the beautiful part about this stuff too is that, like as I said, once you learn this mindset stuff, you can apply it to anything. And this is what makes cravings go away. This is what makes overeating and binging and things go away after, like it's gone. Like you don't have it anymore because what you're doing is you're teaching your brain a new way of thinking. Instead of thinking the old way and having all those thoughts, like I was talking about, all those negative thoughts you used to have, now you just think differently and it's not an issue anymore. So it just goes away. Your brain doesn't need to give you cravings anymore because it doesn't think it's important because you've told it it's not important, basically. So um, Lori says, signed up, can't wait. I'm so excited, Lori. She says, like Marilyn, I'm great for 2 weeks, obsessed with doing great for sure. Then, poof, the discipline and excitement starts to dwindle. Exactly. Because what you had was not discipline, by the way. Um, that was willpower, right? What you were using was willpower. And we all know that we only have a very limited amount of willpower. It's been scientifically proven. We have just a limited amount of willpower every day. And then we can do it for a few weeks. And then once that willpower is done, we're we're back to where we used to be. What I want to teach you is the discipline and how, because discipline doesn't go away. Once you know how to do it, it doesn't go away. You might get off track for a while, but you can always relearn it again. But it doesn't ever go away. The understanding of how to do it, even so, that like as you're going, the more and more disciplined you're getting, the harder it is to turn back. Like because you're getting to that place. You're not getting to the place where you're really good at prepping your meals and planning your meals and doing all the steps. That's not, look at the actions. That's not what we're getting good at. You will get good at it in the process, but that's not what we're working on. That's what all diet plans will tell you, by the way, is here's how you prep. Just use this app and, set a reminder on your phone and whatever. No, what I'm teaching you is you might set a million reminders on your phone. You might do all the grocery shopping. You might sign up for a 21-day challenge. But how do you actually make and eat the food when you don't want to? Right? You come home from work, you're tired, you don't feel like it. Or like your kids have been bugging you all day and you just don't feel like making a healthy meal. How do you make one anyways? That's the part that I'm going to be teaching in the family. And that's what I'm teaching with my clients. That's what we teach. That's what Coach Karen and Coach Nancy teach in their coaching. That's what we do here. Lori. Oh, my Lori. She just sponsored this. She just sponsored this chat. She just sponsored this YouTube video. Thank you so much, Lori, for $10. That means so much to me. Be still my heart. She says, and now I'm getting emotional because I need this. Shut up, brain. Yeah, I know you need it. Not just because I know you, right? But because we all need this. We all need some control over this crazy brain of ours, right? Because if we could control the weight loss and if we could control the food, what else could we control? Right? Oh my God, we can control everything. We will no longer feel out of control. Now, when COVID hits, we will not feel out of control. When our car breaks down, we will not feel out of control. When so and so gets a cancer diagnosis, we will not feel out of control, right? This is how we continue to apply this in different things in our life. And this is how we up level everything. I was talking about this on my last Facebook Live. The difference between therapy and coaching, for instance. So, what I do is coaching. Therapy gets you to a foundation, it gets you to a, what's the word? like a constant baseline, right? That gets you to a place of functioning. Coaching helps you up level. Coaching takes a functioning, doing fine, like everything's okay, but it helps you up level. It takes someone like that and just starts making positive incremental changes in your life to the place where you don't even recognize who you were a year ago or 2 years ago. And actually, one of my academy students was saying that she feels that same exact way. Like if you would have talked to her a year ago, completely different person. Um, okay. So, yeah, and Marilyn says, um, okay, wait. So Renee a little while ago asked, "Do I eat once a day? Is that important to you?" No, I eat twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day. It's not important to me. What is important to me is intermittent fasting because I know Dr. Furman talks about intermittent fasting. So you would eat all your meals within an 8-hour window at the beginning of the day. Intermittent fasting being important for health and longevity reasons. So that's important to me for that reason, on a health reason. It's not necessarily important to me on a weight loss reason because I could do it with 2 or 3 meals a day. It wouldn't matter, but I do like to restrict it into an 8-hour window. And I will eat 2, 3 times sometimes in that 8-hour window. It doesn't matter how many times I eat generally, as long as it's, I try to finish eating around 3, 4 p.m. usually most days. Some days I will eat really late, just depends on the day. But it is important to me to kind of finish eating a little bit earlier. And I find my weight loss has helped in that way. Because it does end up naturally restricting calories a little bit because I'm not eating again. So I do, when I'm in weight loss mode, I do try to keep it to 2 or 3 times a day, but not once a day for sure. I never eat once a day, always 2 or 3 times. And then Marilyn says, I restrict, then lose control again is difficult because I'm the only vegan among my husband and children. I've overcome other addictions, but this one is the most strongest and controlling. Yeah, and because we have to eat, right, Marilyn? Like we have to keep going. We've got to keep eating some food. So even if we're eating the most healthy stuff in the world, how do we not overeat the healthy stuff like grains or nuts and seeds or nut butter or whatever, right? Dates were always my biggest one. And what you said, it's difficult because I'm the only vegan among my husband and children. That's what the family's for too, right? I called it the Eat to Live family because I want us to be together. I want us to have a place where we can be together and really like knock this thing out together. And my Facebook Live, I was talking about this example of a symphony. Hey, Denise from Pennsylvania, so happy to see you. A symphony, right? So, what I want is for all of us to be kind of like, those crescendos in a symphony where all the instruments start to come together and it's just like getting more and more and more exciting. That's what the family is going to be. We're all going to be together, helping each other out, figuring this thing out. And what I love about group coaching, so if you're new to this video, what I'm talking about is a monthly group coaching program that I'm opening up next year, January, February, called the Eat to Live Family. Monthly group coaching, very affordable. What I love about group coaching, because I've been a private coach for a long time, and I love private coaching, don't get me wrong, get amazing results and great mindset shifts there. But there's an added bonus to group coaching. When you're in a group of a bunch of people and you're watching someone else get coached, you not only you simultaneously see that you're not the only one with that problem and that there's someone else doing it with you, and you see the response from the coach of how to do it, how to get over it. So you're getting all these things at once in a group coaching setting, and that's what I love about it so much. So that's why I'm creating the Eat to Live family. And oh, Cecilia, thanks for the comment. Interesting, but my constant touching of my hair is really distracting. I totally understand, and I apologize. There's so many things over the years that people have been so distracted. Like somebody doesn't like how I'm so close to the camera. Some people don't like how I touch my hair. Some people don't like how I have my cats all over the place. So sorry about the personal stuff, but that's just what it is. So that is exactly what you get from group coaching. And that's why I really wanted to do this monthly coaching membership, because what we get out of that is so much more than if it was just one-on-one. And because I have the bandwidth for it now, like I've never been able to have the time to do, like when I released the Eat to Live Academy this past year, what I wanted was to have live videos for them all the time, but I just didn't have the bandwidth because I was pregnant and having kids and all that kind of stuff. Now I'm at this place where I have a nanny. I've got the ability to be able to be on live video and have actual group coaching. So this is kind of, I got to say, the culmination of years and years of, actually, I started my website, if you guys can believe it, 9 years ago. And I just started to turn this into something amazing in the last couple years. So this is a place where I feel like everything I was talking about the symphony, everything for me is coming together too with this symphony of um, offerings and the things that I'm kind of creating for you. I just cannot wait to bring this to you. So this is the culmination of everything. I was mentioning also on the Facebook um, live that one of my, I guess you would say, dreams is to have retreats as well, where we can all be in person and, be frolicking in a beautiful place somewhere and learn this stuff together or whatever. But clearly we can't do that right now. So we're gonna have to do this by a group membership. And also this is gonna make it so accessible for so many people to be able to come together, learn these lessons together, and as I said, kind of, what is that? What's that one? A rising tides raise all boats or something like that. That's what we're gonna be doing, right? So like the more of us that are in this thing together, we're just going to be knocking it out. Okay. Lori says, I remember watching you film from your room with the cutest joke about the chickpea farmer. Yeah, I used to do jokes at the beginning of all my recipe videos. I don't do those anymore, but that was fun. I loved looking up those jokes and always putting those in there. Okay. So, um, Kim says, Marilyn is the same for me. I'm the only nutritarian in my inner and outer circle of my family and friends. Yeah, that's what the family is going to do for us. Okay. So we're gonna have a family to do this together with. Kathy, we can be free in so many areas of our life. It's true. This is just gonna change so many parts. And it's just gonna help us, like, the things that come to us, the things that hold us, that we think are holding us back, like one of the main reasons that we overeat is because it's emotional. We're trying to get out of the pain of something else. So when we have pain come to us, we're going to just be able to deal with the pain instead of like overeating about it, which just makes it worse, right? Like you might get a little temporary boost, but then you're mad and you're gaining weight and you're creating more negatives. It's like a net negative, right? But when we can just deal with what comes our way without the emotional eating and all that, it makes it so that we're just dealing with the things that come our way and that's it. And then we move on. It's a very healthy way, right? It's processing what happens to us rather than trying to cover it up with food. Of course, Moo's out there meowing right now. I don't know if I should let her in, but Susan says, it's amazing how micronutrient dense food is actually what kills your cravings. Healthy food will kill your cravings. Totally mind-blowing truth at its best. Yeah. So I got a comment about that, Susan. It's very true, but I need to mention for certain of us, it's not enough. And that's why I kept looking for the solution because I became a nutritarian. And even though I was a nutritarian and I had lost all the weight, I was still overeating. I was still binging. I was still tormented by my food, right? And so I would do really good for a couple weeks and then I could lose the weight and then I would gain it back again. And we're talking 8 pounds or something, but like it just kept happening. And I was like, why can't I get it together? This should be easy. Like it should get to a point where it's just easy. It never felt easy. So for certain of us, I think it's very possible that the nutrients can help. And it certainly did help me as far as like reducing the cravings, but there was still a place I couldn't get over it. I couldn't finish the cravings. I couldn't finish um, that binging and that emotional eating part. So that's why I'm creating the family now because what I do is I do the food, right? Teach you guys how to eat, how much food to lose weight and to be satisfied and all that. Those are the 21-day challenges. But then I also put the mindset together for those of us who, need that extra push and need the extra step to really knock that thing out once and for good, once and for all. Okay. Um, and Jamie Stahl says, yep, been there, done that. Need the hours to the mindset, making your mind over. Yep. Um, Samantha says, I recently found your channel. Thank you so much for what you do. You're welcome. I've been needing to tweak and adjust my nutrition, whole foods, plant-based lifestyle, and you have great scientific and easy to grasp content. I'm so glad. Yeah. I try to make it real easy, right? Because like I love Dr. Furman's stuff, and I'm a total nutrition nerd that has read all his books multiple times, but most people aren't going to do that. And so, also with the mindset stuff, I think it's important for us to have that kind of broken down. I always call this mindset stuff Zen Buddhism for dummies. Basically, like how do you just be at peace no matter where you are, and you can use that to applying in your food journey. April's asking about the YouTube mobile app. You got to just download it on the App Store. And then I don't know how. So this the money that Lori donated, which was so sweet. Thank you, $10 for this chat here. There's a way to do that in there. I don't exactly know how to do it, but Samantha says, sometimes my meals, 2 a day, usually take quite long. Welcome, welcome to the club. How long do your 2 main meals take for you? So it depends. If there's always a salad. The salad always takes 30 to 60 minutes to eat, right? Hold on one sec. Moo is meowing. I'm gonna see if I can get her to come in with us real quick. Let's see if we can get her in here. Yep, we did it. Okay. So if I'm eating a salad, and we always say salads, we we call them hour-long salads or 45-minute salads. If your salad takes anything less than 30 minutes to eat, it wasn't a big enough salad. That's not a meal, right? Like if your salad, if you could just eat it real quick, it's not enough food to sustain you for 3 to 4 to 5 hours to the next meal, right? Um, if I'm having a smoothie, I drink those pretty quick. If I'm having oatmeal, I eat that pretty quick. If I'm having a stir fry or something, I'll eat that pretty quick. But for sure, salads should take a really long time. And if you're having 2 salads a day, it's going to be a lot of chewing. But it's one of those things you just kind of have to get used to. And you like to take the time to be mindful. So, yeah, but I want to say something about that, this mindfulness idea that in order for us to lose weight or to eat properly, we have to be constantly mindful of our food. I don't think that's true. And in fact, I like to be the opposite of mindful when I'm eating a salad. I like to just like eat it and not even think about it, just eat it, right? Because there's kind of this concept that like the only way we can lose weight is by like being present every single second of our meal, and I don't think that's true. It can be helpful. I think meditation is great and stuff, and I think mindfulness is wonderful, but I don't think it's the answer. I don't think you should have to be so focused on your food in order to lose weight or whatever. I think what happens is you can become less and less mindful of what you're eating because you just don't care anymore. You're like, I'm just eating the salad. I just eat the salad, whatever. You after a while, you know how much salad you need to eat to maintain your weight or to lose weight or whatever. You kind of just do what you got to do, eat the salad, and then you get to a place where you're feeling kind of full and you stop, right? That's that's what it is to me. That's what I coach, getting to that place of like, you just eat what you need to eat and you're done. And you don't have to focus so hard, right? So the question about how long does it take you to eat? Well, it should take you a really long time. And because it takes me so long to eat a salad, like 30, 45 minutes usually, I like to watch TV when I'm doing it or I like to do other work. Like honestly, because I'm breastfeeding my girls, I will pump and eat a salad and work at the same time. 3 things at once, right? This is what happens when you have twins and a toddler, but this is the only way that I can get stuff done and I can actually eat my salad, and I have to do it in a completely mindless way. But it's the way that I get it done, and I can still lose weight doing that. Food becomes very unimportant. It's just not important to me at all anymore. So play with that concept too, that there might be a place in the future where, you know, you don't even need to focus on it so much, right? And that's kind of where I want to get you guys, to the place where food doesn't even matter. You just eat what you're supposed to eat and there's no drama about it. Um, yeah, okay. So Samantha says, I agree about the mindful comment. I think I meant more so just not inhaling, right? Right, for sure. But yes, often maybe read an article, etc., while eating. Yeah, for sure. I know because, like, I think back to my old days of eating, and it was like, give me a big pile of fettuccine alfredo and let me eat it as fast as I can, and then we get some more, right? Like, totally get what you're saying. Yeah. And Stephanie says, yes, I became raw vegan for 6 months, but then I would have cherry tomatoes, binge eating for sure, right? Isn't that funny? Like, you can even binge eat cherry tomatoes. And I used to have a client actually who used to binge eat cherry tomatoes too. Any overeating, even if it's on cherry tomatoes, is not what we want, right? We want to just like not care about food anymore. Like, I was actually thinking about this recently because it is or was persimmon season, and persimmon is my favorite fruit. And I bought one persimmon so far this year, and I used to buy 10 at a time, and I would eat them all in one place. And I thought I was doing, it's fine because it's a healthy food or whatever. But like, no, I ate one persimmon yesterday. Actually, I had half of it. I gave the rest to my daughter, and I just like ate the rest of it, enjoyed it, and was done. Right, instead of needing like 5 at a time, which is how I used to eat. That's where I want to get you guys. So, April, oh my goodness, a retreat, dreaming of it now. I know they're going to be amazing. And hopefully, we're going to do many of them during the year. Um, And Jamie's doll says, is it because you are emotionally tied to your food? So instead of dealing with the emotions, you are finding nutritarian substitutes, then overeating, but not dealing with your emotions. 100%. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I want to get you to the place where you're dealing with the things that are happening in your life in an adult, mature way by processing the emotions, fixing what needs to be fixed, doing what needs to be done, just like doing your stuff, right? And the food has nothing to do with it. Like, I'm going to give you an example, and it's a pretty tough example, but I'm going to give it to you anyways because I think it illustrates it really well. Let's say you get a cancer diagnosis, okay? Now, what would happen if you got a cancer diagnosis? Would you start overeating? Or would you deal with the fact that you have cancer emotionally, right? Which is the better of the two? It's to deal with the fact that you have cancer emotionally, right? And you just like process it in an emotional, mature way, and you do what you need to do and get the treatment you need to get. You don't fall into, too much of a depression or whatever. Like you deal with it emotionally. And you don't eat about it, right? Because eating is going to make it worse, by the way. Um, and eating doesn't fix cancer, right? They're not related. I mean, they're related, but it's the reason you maybe got the cancer had to do with the food you ate, right? So if we could deal with the emotions around it, we could deal with COVID, we could deal with a family member dying, we could deal with a health diagnosis, we could deal with our car breaking down, we could deal with not having enough money to cover bills that month, whatever. Any of the things that are happening to us that seem like they're these tragedies, we would be able to deal with them when they come without gaining weight about them, right? Because gaining weight doesn't fix anything, it just makes it worse. And eating poor food doesn't fix anything, just makes it worse. We know this intellectually, but we would be able to do it in the moment, right? And then when we're in a relatively calm place in our life or what, even if there's, a crazy hurricane of things happening in the world, we can still be productive, um, centered, grounded, emotionally mature people that do what we need to do and keep our end of the bargains up, right? That's where we want to go. We want to get to the place where food is no longer interesting to us so that we can just go and do the rest of our life, however we want that to look, right? Um, okay, so Marilyn says, 4 years ago, I lost 80 pounds and maintained for only 18 months. This is my third time losing a large amount of weight. I lost 40 pounds since May, but losing and gaining 5 pounds in the last month. Yeah, I totally get it. Marilyn, this is probably all of our stories. And this was definitely my story before I learned this stuff. By the way, what we're talking about is the Eat to Live family, which I'm creating, which is a monthly coaching membership that I'm opening up in January, February-ish. If you're interested in this kind of stuff, this is what I'm going to be teaching you in there. I'm going to put another link in the comment section here. If you're interested in this kind of stuff, there's also a link in the description too. Sign up for the wait list because I'm going to be releasing information to you guys shortly about how you can get in on this. It's going to be super affordable. If you were in my Eat to Live Academy before, you're going to get a steep discount, but it's still, no matter what, still going to be a super affordable program. Monthly coaching is going to be mind blowing, and all the stuff I'm talking about is going to be included in it. So, let's see. Kim says, "Oh, thank you for that, Cheri. Eat what you need, so much better." Exactly. That's where we want to go, right? We just want to be unemotionally attached to our food, and like when we know we're done, we just finish the meal, we put it away for later or whatever. We're just done and we just wait for the next meal and we don't care, right? Like that's where we want to go. Teresa says, "Can you eat smaller salads twice a day because I don't always have enough time to eat one big salad?" Absolutely. Make this work for your life and have no drama about it, right? Like you don't have to cuz nobody has 30, 60 minutes to dedicate to a salad every single day. It doesn't work. Life is messy. Like it doesn't work like that. Split it up into two, totally fine. Or have your salad in the evening after work, instead of whatever. Like make it work for your life. Find what works for you for sure. Marilyn signed up. Wonderful. I'm so glad. And then let's see. Miss Cheri says, "I never eat outside nutritarian, but I feel that I overeat on fruit, especially persimmons and mangoes. I love them so much. It's hard to stop." Yep, exactly. That's food addiction. Even if it's nutritarian food, right? That's what I did too. Um, that's an indication. Like Dr. Furman is always saying, like, if you overeat, that's not nutritarian, right? Like, Vincent is now wanting to get inside. Let's go watch her come in here. I swear, these cats. So yeah, Oh, thank you, Balin. That's so sweet of you. Kathy says, I feel so encouraged that my food issues can be a part of my past life. Yep, 100%, just like they are mine. And I'm getting through issues again after pregnancy, fixing this all. You can always come back to it and fix it. And it can just, like, if you, pregnancy is a pretty big, circumstance that comes up that can throw us off. But if you're in just a regular, place in life and something big happens to you, like, I don't know, global pandemic or something, you can still do this. You can still stay on track and it can become part of your past. And all this is your brain learning. Your brain can learn so well and it can learn exactly how to do this for life now. And then what it does, this is so beautiful. What it does is it stops serving you cravings. Like you don't, it's like, oh, she's not going to eat them anyways. She's not going to respond to the cravings anyway. So I'm going to stop giving them to her. That's how you get rid of cravings. That's how this happens over time. So you just keep going. That's why the motto of my website is just keep going. And some of you, I recognize your names for years. You've been with me for years. You're clearly just still going. That's what it takes. But now let me teach you the actual mindset tools to get there. Jamie Stahl says, haha, I'm 50 years old and ready to be a healthy emotional adult, right? It's so funny actually, because I have all these private clients or had all these private clients. I don't do private coaching right now, but we do have private coaching available from Coach Nancy and Coach Karen. By the way, if you're interested in up-leveling it one-on-one, you can do so by signing up for a free 30-minute session with one of those two wonderful women. But in my private coaching, I wait until about week 7 or 8 out of a 12-week session to talk about emotional maturity because I don't want to offend anybody by calling them immature, but that's what we're doing. That's exactly what we're learning, is how to finally be mature about the thoughts and feelings that come up in our brains and our actions. Like, how do you actually do that? So I'm going to teach you how to do that. It's the most beautiful thing once you get it, because you're like, I can apply this to everything. I'm an adult now, right? I mean, I just learned this when hey, somebody told me I was gorgeous. This Patty Newhouse Merritt person. Oh, that's my mom. Thanks, mommy. um, so yeah, that's what we're trying to learn here, is just how to be emotionally mature when things come up and they make us want to get off track. How do we stay on track, right? How do we become an emotional adult about cravings? We have these cravings during the day and they're so strong. We can't what is the word? We can't get over them or whatever. Well, we can, and I can teach you how to do it. This is the discipline part of what I was talking about. This is how to be disciplined. Man, I'm talking like crazy today. This is fun. You guys have great questions. Um, um, I'm not sure what you're asking, April, for that question. And then Susan says, I should probably eat double the amount of salad I eat. How do I get myself to do it? I'm stuffed. So, okay, first of all, Susan, I want to ask you a question about your salad intake. It's one thing to be physically stuffed, and it's another thing to be sick of eating salad. Okay. I don't know where you are, and maybe you are just physically stuffed. Maybe your stomach is small, right? Because you have stretch receptors and your brain will tell you to stop eating, blah, blah, blah. In this case, if you're actually physically stuffed, I think you should continue to eat the salad, stretch out a bit, get to the place where you can eat a bigger salad in one meal. Takes work. You can get there. But you want to have a salad that is big enough that it takes you 30 to 60, 45 minutes to eat. That you really want that to be your goal, because that's going to allow you to be full enough to last for 3, 4, 5, 6 hours till your next meal. Because we don't want to be continually eating throughout the day. We don't want to eat. And like to Teresa's question about eating the salad in 2 different places, that's in 2 different spots. That's because we just don't have time that day. But we really do want to eat one full salad at a meal if possible. And we want that meal to be big enough that we can get to the next meal with space in between, because of the health concept Dr. Furman always talks about, which is the catabolic phase, which is the non-digestive phase. So we want to get to a place after each meal where we're done digesting and that our body has time to do repair, right? Time to do detox, time to do DNA repair and all that kind of stuff. The body heals itself when it's not digesting. So we want to be in a non-digestive state as much as possible during the day. That's why we want to have distinct meals that are far enough apart that it gives us time to finish digesting and start to do that catabolic processes. And then we do another meal and we digest, and then we have a full 16 hours or something until, so we have lots of time for catabolic processes, right? But I want to talk about the difference between being actually physically full, which I mentioned, I think you should stretch your stomach a bit using salads, right? Using bigger nutritarian style meals. Just get it so you can eat bigger meals so you can have just 2 or just 3 meals per day, or really look at it emotionally and say, is it because I just get to a point where I don't want any more salad? Are you actually stuffed, right? Like, is it actually kind of painful? And you're like, oh my gosh, I ate too much. Or do you just get sick of your salads? Because if it's the latter, you're not doing it right. That's emotional immaturity. That's going, oh, I don't want any more salad. And then you quit because you just don't feel like having any more salad. Do you then wanna have a snack after that, or you wanna have something really soon after that because you got hungry again or because you're craving again or whatever? I know that's what I used to do, like, I didn't wanna eat the salad, and so I'd stop eating the salad, but then I would go eat banana ice cream, right? Or whatever, like, whatever it was. I wouldn't feel fulfilled by the salad because I had an emotional need for, like, carbs or for a dopamine hit from some simple carb, right? Some type of sugary thing. Maybe I would want a smoothie afterwards or something. But you need to be able to you need to actually eat that full salad and get what you need from that salad. You wanna eat a meal that's gonna last you, that's what I mean, like, you don't have to have fruit afterwards to make you feel satisfied. You just eat the salad and you feel great. Um, so that's what so Samantha says, "Suggestion for the salad stuffed friend, try choosing more calorie-dense vegetables, more kale, less iceberg or romaine." For sure, that's yeah, definitely. We always wanna go as nutrient dense as we can. Um Uh, and I think what you meant to say is calorie you said calorie dense, but, calorie dense versus nutrient dense, kind of the same thing here, but, actually, no, it's the opposite, right? Like, what we want to be doing with our salads is making sure we have as many nutrients as possible and the least amount of calories as possible. So consider that. And I love this tip of maybe mixing some lightly steamed vegetables on top of the raw vegetables. I do that all the time where I'll make like a huge water saute during the day and I'll just pile a ton of those water sauteed vegetables on my salad and it really bulks it up a lot. Um, Marilyn signs up for more info on the family. So good. What we're talking about is the mindset techniques that I'm going to teach you in the Eat to Live family, which I'm opening up in January, February of next year. What's going to happen is January 1st or January 4th, we're going to start our next 21-day challenge. We're all going to do a 21-day challenge, eat to live meals for 21 days. I'll teach you exactly what to make and how to prep it, grocery lists and everything. Once we finish that 21-day challenge on a Sunday, I think it's the 24th. On the 25th, I'm going to open up registration for the family. So you'll be able to join the family right after that challenge is over at the end of January. And then in February, that's our first month when the Eat to Live family is opening. I'm going to put a link here that you can sign up for more info about it if you're interested. Um, this isn't for actually signing up. This is just to get more info. So when we have more info, I'll let you know. This is like a marathon video. Look how there's so many people on this call. I love this, you guys. This is why I love YouTube because you guys come on and you stay with me and you ask amazing questions. Um, Marilyn says, I'm 50 years old too. Amazing. Well, I don't know if you guys know this, but my audience is typically 50 to 70 years old. Most of you are 50 to 70. Um, you're my people. I love you. I mean, I'm only 38, but I have always had older friends anyways. Okay, so Sally says, hi, I really enjoy listening. I'm so glad. You're 59 and trying to get a handle on my weight. I really need to. Yep, this is for you, Sally. The Eat to Live family, what I'm talking about, this is for you. I've created this for us to lose weight. And as I said, the symphony together, we're all going to crescendo, right? We're going to up level our lives together all at the same time. It's going to be amazing. We're going to have coaching like this. It's going to be not just me talking. I'm going to actually, whoever joins, I'm actually going to bring you onto the call. Both our cameras will be there if you want to be on camera. You don't necessarily have to be on camera, but I need to be able to hear your voice for you to be able to respond to me. It's just going to be live coaching one-on-one. You can ask me anything you want. I'll coach you. Everyone's going to get to watch, and then people will be able to watch the replay. And what I love about group coaching in this way, so I'll coach with you and then you'll sign off and I'll have someone else come on and we'll just do this like rapid fire coaching every month, once or twice a month. All the concepts that we talk about in my private coaching, I'll be teaching you these concepts as well. So we'll be just building and building upon these concepts and learning this all together. And it's going to be amazing. It's going to be super affordable. And it's what I was going to say is the thing I love about group coaching is that you not only get to learn stuff yourself, like you could be group coached by me, like you could be coached on a call with me, like you could ask me your own question and I could coach you. But also watching someone else be coached is super transformative because we all have actually the same issues. I don't know if you've noticed this, but we all have the same issues. And when you can see someone else's answer, like when you see me answering how someone else could get over it, you're going to find things that you can relate with. And you also, at the same time, learn that you're not alone, right? Like we all have the same issues. That's why I love group coaching. And that's why I want to open this up. Eat to Live family is opening up at the end of January, and I really want to have you in there. It's going to be so affordable and amazing. If you're already in my Eat to Live Academy, you're going to get a stupid price. It's going to be so awesome. But no matter what, it's still going to be very affordable for everybody. So, Sheila asks, so 3 meals if we were in the weight loss phase or never snacking again. So never snacking again. Yes, no matter what you're doing, whether you are in weight loss or not, never snacking. And then forever, it's 2 to 3 meals a day. For me, I find weight loss is a little easier when I just do 2 meals a day, but you can do, I've lost weight on 3 meals a day too, like doing Dr. Furman's 10 and 20 plan. I lost weight doing that. I think I lost 7 pounds doing that too. People generally on my 21-day challenges will lose 5, 10, 15 pounds, usually in the 5 to 10 pound range in 21 days. And that's a 3 meal plan as well, but the dinner is pretty light, which is typically what Dr. Furman says to do anyways. And Kathy says, oops, yes, stop doing what we want to do when we want to do it instead of doing the right thing. That does take a changed brain and maturity for sure. That's what I'm going to teach you how to do. Samantha says the Vegan Solution channel has helpful dinner and salad ideas pertaining to what I'm saying, specifically pointing you to her salads and what I eat videos. Yeah, not necessarily the rest of her day. Okay, cool. So that's another great channel for salad recipes. That's good to know. Sheila says January 8th is your birthday. Yay! Nice present to you. Oh, perfect. So Sheila, you got to sign up for that 21-day challenge and then you got to join us in the family right after that. I know you will. And Stephanie says I'm 33. Yeah, there we go. 30-year-olds. I'm in that group too. So April's looking for an app. I don't if you want to, I don't know what you mean, April, like if you want to watch this stuff on your phone, like if you want to watch YouTube on your phone, you got to go to the App Store and download the YouTube app. But what I'm talking about specifically, this Eat to Live family, it's not available yet. So I'll be opening it up in January, and I'm gonna, once you join, I'll give you all the details on how to join that. It's not going to be an app. It'll be just calls like this, where it'll be a Zoom call, and then you'll be able to come on like that. So that's what I'm talking about, the Eat to Live family. And of course, why I called it the family is because I want to have my own family together that all eats nutritarian, and that we meet. I used to do these meetups in Vegas where we would actually meet up physically in person and do Eat to Live stuff. Dr. Furman actually came to one before. It was really fun. But I loved that community of people who all did the same thing, right? I just loved that ability to all talk about the same stuff. And like, I love life coaching. I love coaching about business and money and relationships and things like that. But what really gets me fired up, guys, of course, is Eat to Live food. Like, I love watching someone go from not eating so healthfully to easily eating healthfully. That's what I want for all of you. I seeing myself go through that. That's what I wanted. I wanted to get to a place of just ease where it just wasn't a problem anymore. And that's where I want to take you. So, okay, there's not many questions left. I cannot believe I have been on this call with you for in almost 19 minutes. And I had an hour-long call before this and then a half-hour interview before that. My throat is hurting. Samantha, we got a 26-year-old. That is amazing. Can I just tell you, Samantha, I found Eat to Live when I was 31, and I'm so glad I did. But you know when I wished I found it? When I was 1. I wished I found it when I was like 5. I wish that me and everyone I knew had been always doing this. Like, gosh, our world would be so different if we could not only eat to live, but if we could love it and we could do it forever. Like, it would just be such a different planet. And I notice too, when I'm eating too much sugar, I'm eating too much off-plan food, I cannot regulate my emotions as well as I can when I'm eating good food. And that's just a chemical thing. That's not even a mental thing. That's just because of the food I'm eating, right? Um, Dr. Furman talks about that a lot in his Fast Food Genocide book about the idea that depression and violence, all of these kinds of things are exacerbated because of the food that we eat. And so I want to make that change. I want to create and what I believe to be the most powerful health program in the world, taking the Eat to Live diet, which is the healthiest diet in the world, and taking these mindset concepts that I teach, which are the most powerful mindset concepts in the world, and putting them together into one program. It's gonna be amazing. Can't you guys, I can't wait. I'm so excited. I kind of want to do a soft launch of the family and just get in whoever wants to get in for a really cheap price, but I don't think I have the bandwidth for it yet. I'm gonna try to get things more in line for January, February time. But so Jessica says she's 29. Oh my gosh, we got at least a couple 20-year-olds in here. That's amazing. And Stephanie says, my target should be young moms so they teach it to their children. Yeah, I mean, I want that to be one of my targets. I'm not catering to the young moms yet, which I want to, and I will at some point because I think moms are probably more on Instagram. So I'm doing more on Instagram, which, by the way, if you want to see what I'm eating, go to Instagram because I'm doing live videos. I'm doing stories over there nowadays. Every couple of days, I put a story up about what I'm eating or how I'm eating it or whatever. So check out Instagram, The Watering Mouth. But my main target audience is women who are between the ages of 50 and 70 because, Stephanie, because they are the type of people who are ready to change. Because at that age, you're done screwing around. You know what I mean? Like you are done with that roller coaster of weight loss, weight gain, weight loss, weight gain. And you typically will start to have some physical effects of your roller coaster from your life. I already have physical effects. Like I had gestational diabetes, right? I'm actually dealing with PCOS, possibly uh, polycystic ovarian syndrome, things like this. So I have things that are already cropping up in my young 38 years, right? My audience, I want to talk to the people who are the most interested, right? And that's generally women in this 45, 50, 60, 70 years old range who see the effects of it and they really know they have to change because we know this. Eat to Live is not what you find in restaurants, right? Like you cannot find an Eat to Live meal with no salt, no oil, no sugar. You have to greatly modify any restaurant's offerings to be able to find that. And so it's not easy. And I'm not teaching the easiest thing here. And so I really want those people who are like ready to act right now. So I'm starting there. And this is my main audience because you guys are, and also you guys are really sweet too. Like I love talking to you because you guys are just so eager and wonderful and sweet and amazing people. And I do hope to branch out on Instagram a little bit and get a younger crowd too, but I'm not really focusing on that. I want to focus on you guys more. Um, and Lori says, LOL, I am done. Yep, totally. I get it. Like done with that rat race, right? So Samantha says, is there a place to contact you? Of course there is. Wondering about how you got started certified for life coaching, looking at career ideas. Yeah. Oh, good idea. Well, I'll just tell you right now. So I started just with Eat to Live and I kind of made myself an expert just by reading the books and all that and trying the lifestyle and reading all the blog articles and all that. And having this YouTube channel. You can look back at my history. I've had this channel since 2012, but I found Eat to Live in 2013. And then my mindset stuff is all from the life coach school. So look up the life coach school, Brooke Castillo. She is a genius, a modern day genius. She has taken basically what she's done is taken Zen Buddhism and turned it into Zen Buddhism for dummies and made it so that you can be emotionally mature. You can get through what's happening to you without, getting super flustered. You just do what you got to do and live your life. And you feel just more peaceful and calm. That's basically what we teach. And Brooke Castillo has distilled it down in a way for coaches. So I took her certification program last year, got certified at the end of 2019. And in getting certified, my life completely changed. I don't know if my mom's still on here, but our relationship has completely changed into one of the most beautiful mother-daughter relationships. And we didn't always have that. And my relationship with my husband has changed. The way that I parent, feels so wonderful because of it, and much less frustrating than it used to. The money thing, pretty easy for me now. Business is growing. Don't have any issues with that. And that is what you get from this mindset stuff. And so if you're interested, I highly recommend doing her certification program if you can swing it. It's quite expensive, but it's less than a college degree, and it is so worth it if this is a career that you want. Um, and in the future, if I grow this thing big enough, I might have more room for private coaches. So just saying. But not right now because I got two amazing women and that's all I need for this moment. But and Lori says, and estrogen stinks and eat to live is the best medicine. You're right. It's so true. It evens out so much in our lives, right? And Kathy says, yes, and it's all about reserving what we can. Yep, 68. Yep, exactly. Just holding on to what you have, right? Holding on to whatever health you have. But not only that, Kathy is improving upon it, right? Because Eat to Live promises that you can improve your health outcome. You know, some people, it's going to be different for everybody depending on where you're at in your life, but you can certainly make improvements wherever you are. Um, and April says eating lunch and a large salad with apples and blueberries, sunflower seeds, and all that take 30 to 40 minutes to chew. Absolutely, 100%. That is exactly what we teach and what we want you to figure out how to do without any drama. Okay, I really got to stop now because my throat hurts. I need to go feed my babies and take a break now. So I hope you guys can see how much I love YouTube. Man, I just love doing live videos with you guys because you're so interactive and wonderful. And I am so hot. Like it's really hot in this room. And I'm going to go take a break now. And actually, I'm going to have some food. I got to have my salad for the day. Love you, Mom. So, little recap here. Eat to Live family, starting up this monthly coaching membership. I want you in it. It's going to change your life. I promise it will change your life. That's a big claim, but I know it will. So look out for it. If you haven't signed up yet, go to this web address that I just put in the chat. And also you can look in the description of this video, info.thewateringmouth.com/family waitlist. And I will notify you as soon as we got more details. There's going to be a 21-day challenge at the beginning of January, which I want you to join because that's great for learning how to do the food part of all this. That's going to go for 21 days. And then right when that's done on a Sunday, Monday is, when we open registration for the Eat to Live family. So please join me in there. It's going to be, oh, Aga, you were here. I'm so glad to see you, sweetie. It's going to be month to month. So it's not like, join once and then if you don't like it, you can leave. But in it, you're going to get not only all the coaching I'm talking about, so live coaching with me and the other coaches and then other materials, but you're also going to get my weight loss vlog of how I'm losing weight right now after the pregnancy. I don't know how long it's going to take me to get this 40 pounds off, but I'm doing a whole vlog about it. Oh my gosh, I have recorded so many hours of footage already just about what I'm learning and how I'm coming back into where I was before I got pregnant and, just postpartum journey, which would apply to anybody. The things that I'm learning, all of this stuff is going to be applying to you and the things that I'm coming back into, the lessons that I'm having, how I'm dealing with my health issues, and how I'm getting to be this healthy, vibrant example of Eat to Live again at my low weight. I'm so excited for it. And I know it's just around the corner. So I'm vlogging all about that. You're going to get that for free. You'll be able to watch the whole thing for free. It's going to be part of the academy. You will get all of the Eat to Live challenges that we do every quarter for free as well. You'll automatically get those just for being a member. You'll get all the monthly coaching, and you are also going to get some semblance of the Eat to Live Academy lessons as well. I don't know how I'm going to deliver that yet, but you'll get that too. If you're already in the academy, you're going to get this coaching membership for a song. It's going to be so affordable for you, crazy steep discount for you. And then everyone else who's coming in, still going to be super, super affordable on a monthly basis. So make sure you join, especially join on the first launch because I'm going to be doing a founding member pricing and you'll be able to get the best pricing that I'll ever offer for this. So on a monthly basis, so easy, so wonderful. We'll just be together creating this symphony of health and awesomeness in the Eat to Live family. So sign up for more info if you like. Thank you so much for being here. It was so great to see you guys. And I will see you. And then I'm going to be doing, several more live videos before we launch this thing. And I'll be around a lot more than I was this last year. So I want to thank you for sticking with me and thank you for being here with me today. Those of you who stayed on this call for a full hour and a half, amazing. Love you guys. And I'll see you in the next video. Okay. Bye. Mwah. How do I turn this thing off?